Hello, I'm back once again, and this video deals with, well, it's part of a series. Um, Hopefully, this is a series that I'll actually finish for once, because a lot of the series I start, I never finish. So it'll conclude either at the end of this year or beginning of next year, depending on when it happens. But I will be going to Walt Disney World again either this year or January of next year. Probably it's going to be, from what I understand, either, the time window around that. When was it? When we're gonna go is about fall, anywhere from fall to winter, and winter, by winter I mean like beginning in December, maybe November, like November through beginning of January. That whole window right there, anywhere in there, or October, like September. Well, to put it like in a big window, it's from September, anywhere from September to January, beginning of January. So around in there, because the person I'm going with doesn't like, she doesn't like hot weather, so that rules out summer. She can't take off Christmas time, so can't go then. And yeah, so I mean, I've never been during Halloween time, so it's like September, October, so maybe then. And then there's November, which isn't exactly Christmas time, but anymore it is. But she can take off, I assume. We're pretty sure, pretty much then. She works heavily during Christmas time, so Christmas time kind of ends beginning of January. So the allotment of months, to give you a broad idea, is probably either September, October, or November, those three, or beginning of January. We're Xing out right now December as of right now because it's Christmas time. No. So anyway, because the person I'm going with is my mother, so that should, I mean, it's 50-50 with her. So, I mean, last time we went, I thought it was nice, but she was just kind of like, the whole time, She likes it, but at the same time, having to push a 63-year-old woman in a wheelchair throughout different parks gets annoying after a while. So I was gonna go with a couple of my friends, but we decided not to. Excuse me. So it ended up being me and my mother were gonna go around the second half or third half of this year, September, October, November, or January. So that being said, there's several videos I'm going to be doing leading up to it, or just about it and stuff. And then when I'm there, I will be vlogging what I'm doing. So that'll consist of, and there's a YouTuber that I just religiously follow, Tammy Dunn, and Tammy Dunn and her husband Kevin have a YouTube channel, and on that channel there is their Walt Disney World June 2014, I think it is, vlog thing. That one is the one I watch to get a sense of how I want to do my part of 50% of how I want to do my vlog. There's another one. It's 50-50 on her name. I don't remember. You can correct me if I'm wrong. This person can comment what the thing is. It's either Dreamer Diaz or Dreamer Daz. I think it's Dreamer Daz. And her vlog was in Walt Disney World in 2015 that I had just finished watching. and they went there, and excuse me, it was her and two of her friends. They're from California, and Tammy Dunn and her husband are from Kentucky. So Dreamer does hers was more like from a youth perspective. They're around my age, older than me, and then Tammy Dunn and her husband were more from a like a more adult perspective because they didn't go with their kids that time, and so it became of a thing of between these two type of vlogs of this is how I would do it with Tammy's, this is how I would do it with Dreamers. If I would do it with these two types of vlogs, mash them together, that is what mine would consist of. So bits of Tammy's that I would use and how she did it was, and Dreamers as well, and how I would always have done it was film the airports. Because I always think that, in a sense, when I go to Walt Disney World, I go pretty much I miss 2 or 3 years because of certain circumstances or whatever. But for the exception of 3 years, I've gone every year since I was 1 year old. And saying that, the trip really doesn't start at Walt Disney World. It starts because I'm from Dayton, Ohio, so it starts at Dayton International Airport. And there's a routine that I go through, and and it starts at the airport where I live, pretty much. Is where I would start my trip. So in a sense, that the vlog of my actual vacation, I would start it with the drive, bits and pieces of the drive to the airport. Or really, I would start it with, in the morning before we leave, little bits and pieces of the drive there. And then the airport, in the airport I would film basically, I'll give you the rundown of how I would film this. Those two things, and at the airport, I think we normally use Park and Go. So Park and Go is really nice at the International Airport because leave your car there, take a shuttle bus to the airport, they drop you off at the terminal, go in. We always check our bags. We have luggage, suitcases, obviously. We don't just have carry-on. And so we go through that, yada, yada, yada. I go through security. So I do maybe a short couple, like a minute or two on the shuttle bus, maybe. Maybe not. Walking into the terminals, walking into the airport, through those little sliding door things. Then I would do maybe panorama of bag check through zoom in on there's a Tim Hortons and zoom around it. So then I would go. I assume you can't film security, but I would maybe get a glimpse of the security thing, I guess. Then go through security. Then right when you get off of security, you get out of security and you collect your shit and you get out of get your shoes on, whatever. I would start again. Then show all the different shops. So we have a WHIO or something like that, like a general store thing. And then the bookstore, the Max and Irma is just showing them. I normally walk around the bookstore for a while because we always get there early. So before our flight, we're not a late flight. People are not 5 minutes before. We always get there a while before. So I normally walk around the bookstore and look at all the books that I can't have, and normally there's one or two. It's like, can I get this? And it's like, no, you cannot get that. No. So, and so I look around in there, and we never eat at Max and Irma's. But there's another thing after that. After I walk around the bookstore, so it's by the Max and Irma's. There used to be a Sbarro, and I love Sbarro at our airport. It was religious. Not really, I went there religiously every vacation. I would have to go there, go to the counter, order 2 slices of pizza, either pepperoni or cheese, for the most part, usually cheese. And I would sit down at the little tables there, and I would eat it. And this is at like 6:30, before 7 in the morning. So, because they're open. And so then we go around, walkway, and go up there to the flight door terminal thing. So I would do that, but now it's gone. I don't remember what's there now. I want to say Starbucks, but I don't at the same time. I don't remember what it is there now, but I know it's not Sbarro, and that really pisses me off. So, and on this side, so it's like artist formerly known as Sbarro, whatever it is now. Max and Irma's bookstore, WHIO. But if you go this way, diagonal from what was Sbarro and Max and Irma's, it used to be a Cinnabon, or it is a Cinnabon. It's like a breakfasty place, like a little brunch, weird Cinnabon, BLT, panini thing, place, whatever. My mom usually eats there, which is who I'm going with. Obviously, I've said this before. I forgot that I said that. So, then I would get that, and if we eat something, so I would tie into this with the Tammy Dunn thing. She, all throughout the trip, while she was there in Walt Disney World, she would show what they were eating, the receipt, so it would how much they paid for it, and then, oh, my dog was whining, and then she would, and Dreamer Dad would kind of review the food as well, on her channel, on her vlog. So it'd be bits and pieces of that. So if I do get anything to eat at the airport before we take off for Florida, I will do that. I will say how much I paid for it, how much it was, review the food, yada, 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 all that crap. Then from that, I would film the walkway that goes down, and you turn right, and you go around, and then you go up a couple escalators, and then you go, and there's like a couple doors which go to all the planes. So we always fly AirTran. They're the only airline that I'll ever fly, unless I go out of business. So, I mean, I love AirTran. I've always had good experiences with AirTran. I'm all for AirTran. And so, we're inevitably going to fly AirTran there when we go. So, I will film a couple bits and pieces. If we're waiting a while, I'll film some stuff. And then I'll film the little tunnel of death that goes in from that creepy, like, weird gasoline exhaust smelling tunnel that I love. I love that smell in that tunnel. So I would film a little bit through the tunnel, and then cut, and then stuff inside. Once I'm sitting down the plane, I'll get a shot out the window, and during the flight, I'll probably get some bits and pieces of me talking into the camera. Stuff like what was I gonna say? Oh, when they bring the little cart of food around, I'll show my beverages. I always get a cran apple juice, and whatever they give you food-wise, it's either the Biscoff wafers, or it's a little two cookie things in a package, or it's pretzels. I'll obviously show those. We normally take food on the plane in our carry-ons. Or in her purse or something, or in my little backpack or something. So I'll show you what I'm eating if I get anything from that, or if we have food left over from when we ate in the airport, and I'll show that if I have that sometimes. Oh, I do. I'll show that if I have any. So then, during the flight, obviously before that and after that point, I'll get some shots out the window so you can see where we're above and all that stuff. And then, obviously, we land, so I'll get. I had to adjust here. Hold on. Okay. So then after that, once we land, I'll get through the exit tunnel where we get off at, and then after that I'll show some shots of that area where the planes dock at Orlando International, because we always fly direct. We never stop it anywhere. We always fly direct anymore. So. And then I'll get a bunch of shots through the Orlando International Airport. And then I'll obviously get the little monorail tram thing from one side of the airport to the other. And then I'll get that side of the airport. And then we never rent a car. We always get Disney's Magical Express pretty much anymore. So I'll get that shot of the bus. In the bus, I'll go do couple shots or something in there, out the window in there. Then I'll get, once you come up that long stretch into the archway of Walt Disney World, I'll get that. And I don't know what hotel we're staying at, because my uncle has a timeshare thing with Disney Vacation Club. So I'm not really sure what Vacation Club available resort room we might get. Last time we went in 2013, in March 2013, we stayed at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, which I love. I love Wilderness Lodge. It was a nice area where we stayed at too. So from the choices that we've chosen from, it's either Disney's Wilderness Lodge, Disney Saratoga Springs, the boardwalk. I'm not sure which one, but whatever the vacation club side is of the boardwalk, which I love the board. We stayed at all three of these before. Wait, Wilderness Lodge, Saratoga Springs, boardwalk. What was the other one? I want to say Pop Century, but I don't want to at the same time because I'm not sure that was one of them. And then the fifth one, the other fifth choice was, let me look because I have the Disney app on here, and I can look there. Okay, we had Boardwalk. Let's see, Saratoga Springs, Wilderness Lodge. Wilderness Lodge, Saratoga Springs, Boardwalk, Pop Century, and I want to say this one, but I'm not sure because I can't really see. I've been there so many times that they all sort of blend together. So I don't know about Old Key West. I'm not sure, but from right now, the choices look like the top three are going to be Wilderness Lodge, Saratoga Springs, or the Boardwalk. The lucky number 4, so if we can get any of those, then the other choice is going to be Pop Century. So, that being said, hold on. I closed the app. Okay. So once at whatever hotel we're at of those choices, we end up being. So from right now, let's say Wilderness Lodge. I'll get the shot going through Wilderness Lodge, pulling up to it. I'll get the lobby, the big grand entryway lobby thing with the totem poles and all that. I'll get some shots around the shop and all that, different parts around the hotel, and then I'll get the walkway to the room, and then the room building, because it's a different building for a vacation club. So I'll get that building, and then the walk to the room, and then I'll obviously get the shots inside the room, show you around the room. And so this being the first day, that whole thing, that part's done. So then the rest of this first day, we normally go to downtown Disney. So I'll obviously get the Disney bus shot of that when we wait for that, and I'll get the walk to the bus stop and all that, and then the bus, and then the part of the bus ride. Pulling up to downtown Disney, we always start with the east side, the marketplace. So we'll get a lot of shots around the marketplace, and then I'll get all the shops that I go in. Even if I don't go in there, I'll get a shot of the shop and stuff. Maybe go in there anyway. Then we'll go to the west side, and I'll show you all in there. And if we eat down there, it's probably going to be where we went last time. It was Wolfgang Puck Express, really nice food there. If we go there, I'll get you some shots of inside of there, and if we obviously eat there. I'll review the food, how much it costs, all that stuff. If we don't eat there, we obviously won't eat at T-Rex. It probably won't be Rainforest Cafe. Won't be the seafood place. I don't have any faith in it being the pub, but it may. So if I do, I'll do the same thing there. But if they end up, I've never eaten there. I've only been inside there, so I don't know if it's expensive or not. But if it's expensive, then no, we're not eating there. Other places, Planet Hollywood, but I doubt it. I'll probably get shots inside of Planet Hollywood anyway. I'll probably go in there, show you, because there's the Rocketeer thing is in there, so I'll zoom in and show you that if I can get into there. So, if I can't, then I'll just give you the inside, the outside, and I'll show you in the shop or whatever. So wherever we end up eating dinner at downtown Disney, and/or lunch, and/or both, I will do that for you. I'll show you the food, how much you paid, review the food, all that. So then, after that, we normally spend the rest of the day down there, and then we go back in the room. So I'll get the bus to the back of the room, inside of the bus ride, and pulling up, and then walk back to the hotel, or walk back to the room, and then I'll wrap it up at the end of that day. yeah, I'll wrap it up at the end of that day, and get some shots of inside the room at night when I'll just talk into it or something, and just kind of give you a briefing on what I'm doing the next day. Which probably the second day we don't normally go to Magic Kingdom. The second day we're there, I like to go to Epcot the second day. So the first park we go to will be Epcot, and obviously that. So I'll give you the rest of the briefing of what we're gonna do in the next video. So this is part 1. I'll make part 2 right after this. So I'll upload this. Then when it uploads, I'll delete this one. Maybe not. And then I'll record part 2. So I'll give you the rest of what we're going to do there in part 2. This has been part 1. I'm Gavot, signing off. Until the next video, where I'll keep briefing you on what we're going to be doing down there and how it's going to work. All right, I'll see you next time, or in whenever you click on the next video. Bye.